Stephanie Kastner.
And I'm Jimmy Velasco, and this is BNN, your West Covina monthly news broadcast. Today, we'll be featuring stories based on highlights of the West Coast Showdown, a teacher feature on Mr. Beck, and an interview with the new basketball coach, Mr. Garcia.
Earlier this year, West Covina Hip Hop hosted West Coast Showdown, where schools in the local area compete and perform in dance competitions to win major awards.
Sounds fun. Let's take a look.
My name is JC.
My name is Brianna.
And we are the captains of West Covina All Female.
There's at least 40 schools attending this competition. We both really love dancing and we both really want to compete. We love to see other people compete.
It's just like a good environment to be around people who share the same passion as you do.
They receive a first, second, or third place trophy.
Or there's like extra awards like a judge's award,
Sportsmanship award. If you have like first graders, sixth graders, middle schoolers, and then later on throughout the day it turns into more high school.
Not all of the like genres of dance has to be hip hop. Like there's contemporary, military, bangers, lyrical.
Wow, that was amazing. I think I'm going to try out next year.
Aren't you a senior, though?
Yeah.
Anyways, have you ever heard of a teacher named Mr. Beck?
Yeah, I have, and I can say that he's a really great teacher that I learned a lot from. I really enjoyed being in his class. Let's show everyone what he's all about.
I've been teaching for 30 years. I love my job because I can come into this environment every single day and just have vibrant, wonderful, profound conversations with my students. I wanted to become a teacher because I love the social sciences. As I teach government, economics, history. I love all that. I absorb all that stuff. I love looking at the world around me and seeing what's going on.
What I liked about Mr. Beck was that his sets were not just focused on government and they related to real life, and we really talked about it in our discussions.
I liked how he made us think every time we gave an answer, like we would answer and he'd make us back it up with our reasoning and see if that made sense.
The only reason I would like to consider myself inspirational is if I'm actually having an impact, a positive impact on my students' lives.
I think Mr. Beck is inspirational. I feel like I could look up to him. He knows a lot. He's got a lot of wisdom behind him.
Every day he comes very prepared and he has really high expectations for his students.
I think he's inspirational because he has a good outlook on life. He likes to know what's going on in the world.
I'm probably a little bit more melodramatic than other teachers are. I know that my students consider that I do too many goofy things in front of the classroom, but I don't know, I like to be goofy, it's fun.
He's very different from other teachers. He's really traditional and I like that about him.
I would like to think he's different than other teachers because he keeps the entire class involved and he's just so energetic and he likes to hear what everyone has to say despite his own feelings about the topic.
He's a Chiefs fan and he's a Golden State Warriors fan and he just picks like the worst teams with the worst people to be fans of, and I find it ironic.
Why am I a Chiefs fan? Because I was born near Kansas City and my family's near Kansas City, and I revered my grandfather and he was a passionate Kansas City Chiefs fan. So I kind of have this feeling that I want to continue, something of his legacy by continuing to root on the Chiefs. It's meaningful to me.
Wow, that guy is just great.
Hey, did you hear about the new basketball coach?
No, I have not. Who is he?
Well, let's just watch a video and find out.
Coaching and education, I feel like kind of go hand in hand. In coaching, you got to put in the work. If you put in the work, you have a good chance of being successful. And the same thing goes for education in the classroom. If you're going to put in the work, then you're going to become successful in the class and do well in the class. You have to care and make it like a family atmosphere for basketball. That's something that I really learned from the last place that I came from, is that we really made it a family atmosphere, and it makes a big difference when you're not just a basketball team and you come out and just practice and then go home. Like, you hang out together. That really leads to better chemistry on the court, and the more that you become a family, as a program, you can really bring chemistry together as a team on the court. My family, my wife, and my son, they come to pretty much all the games that they can. They come and they support me, and my son typically likes to run around and dribble the ball and stuff, so he does that at halftime. So if you ever come to a game, you'll see him doing that. I'd say the most important accomplishment as a coach is watching players grow. I think growth is huge. A player that starts at one point in the season and hopefully should get better by the end, and they grow. The same thing with students in the classroom. I feel like, even as a teacher, like the greatest accomplishment is when you can really see a student grow from the beginning to the end and see them how much better they are as a student, or more organized, or just doing things better than what they had. Just anything that they can grow on it and be better at, then I think that's where you kind of like measure yourself as.
Wow, I hope he likes it here. He seems like a really great coach and a really good teacher.
I agree. And a shout out to our West Covina cheer team for winning nationals. Great job, Bulldogs.
On a more serious note, the events that recently took place in Parkland, Florida have greatly affected us as students. Here's a short message from Dr. Glass.
Hello, Bulldogs. This is Dr. Glass, your principal, with a few things to discuss today. We know that with the most recent tragedy in Florida, that many of our schools are impacted with the concept of how do we keep students more safe? How do we make sure that learning continues? And in both of these instances, surrounding schools have had issues with these matters, from Twitter to Facebook to Snapchat, all the way to just people calling. Threats are around us. But we here at West Covina High School are a Bulldog family. Not only does the district believe in us, but also our city officials believe in us. On this past Friday, we had a rally, and that rally was beset with threats that were on Twitter and that were communicated to us by phone, where we were nervous as a school. But our Chief of Police, Mark Taylor, along with our School Resource Officer, Eddie Flores, came in and took care of us. They made sure that we had a significant police presence. They calmed the fears and the concerns of all involved, and we're indebted to them for not only their bravery, but for their training and their decision to become peace officers. I want to also thank the people in the front office. The ladies in the front office fielded over 200 phone calls just on Friday regarding the instances that took place and the rumors that had been discussed throughout the school day and the school week. Last week was tough. It's going to get better. We're here to work with you and for you. We are Bulldog Country. Thank you.
Well, that's it for now, Bulldogs.
Until next time, goodbye.